What is up, ladies? It's Coach Steph. Welcome to the live today. We're going to be talking about why you should be adding more food to your diet instead of what diet culture tells us, which is to keep taking food away. So welcome if you're watching the replay, hashtag replay. I am so excited that you're here. If you're watching live, let me know you're watching. Say hello. I am so excited, y'all. I can't believe that 2023 is already here. It's kind of weird. I remember being a teenager and thinking like 2025 was just like so futuristic, and it's like, wow, it's here. So I always get excited about the new year because I don't know, I'm not one of those people who dislikes like New Year's resolutions. I think that we need to have more times where we collectively agree that like, hey, let's start over, or let's refocus, or really manage our mindset, like go for our goals, like a reset. So I'm all about it. I love setting goals and mapping out what that might look like. So I'm super excited about the new year. We're going to be having a goal setting session. I think it's already scheduled in the events tab. So if you're on, hey ladies, 6 of you guys are watching already. It's 2:00 in the afternoon on a Friday. What y'all doing? You let me know who is here. Again, if you're watching the replay, hashtag replay. My voice is a little bit scratchy today, but I'm feeling pretty good. So we're going to be talking about why you should be adding food to your diet instead of taking food away for weight loss. So if you have been watching some of my lives lately, I've been talking more about like diet phases, reverse dieting, eating more, really lifting heavier, and diet phases, because we should not just be in a calorie deficit month after month, year after year, year after year. This is what helps our metabolism to adapt, and that is not necessarily a good thing. We want to be able to eat more food. We don't want to keep having to race to the bottom and eat less and less and less for our diet to work. And so it's really important that we toggle through our diet phases so that we don't get stuck at the bottom. So, Nakia, hi ladies. I'm so glad y'all are watching. All right, y'all, I'm going to get started. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay. I shouldn't be on here very long. I do always like to just say up front, one-on-one coaching is ending. It's a little bit bittersweet for me because I love my one-on-one ladies. Anyone who's actually coaching with me now, because a lot of my ladies had questions about this, like, oh, what are we going to do? If you are already my one-on-one client, you can continue one-on-one with me for as long as you want. But I won't be taking any new one-on-one clients after January. So if you're a person that wants one-on-one in my 16-week program, coaching on macros and mindset, I need you in my inbox. I need you to check the link and apply to work with me one-on-one. You can use that same link if you're excited about starting the group. In January, the Fit Figure Formula, we are going to be coaching again 16 weeks. We meet a couple times every single week, and we're going to be really heavily focusing on lifestyle change, on macros, and on mindset. So I'm so excited to bring a bunch of powerful ladies together and us work on being our highest and best self in 2023. So if you're interested in that, I need you to also click the link and apply to work with me. What's up, y'all? Hey, Paula. All right, so I'm going to get started. So here's the thing. So number one, most women that I coach are really eating too little. A lot of us think that we're eating too much. And what I'm finding more and more is that we actually are eating too little. So if you have been a chronic dieter, right, if you're that person who has been trying to cut out carbs and you've been trying to eat less and less and eat a whole bunch of just low calorie this and no sugar that and no fat this, you likely have created some metabolic adaptations where I talked last week about what those are, what that looks like, and how our metabolism starts to slow down to compensate for the small amount of calories that you're giving it to do the work. Okay, so getting enough calories means that you'll be able to correct some of the hormonal changes that have been created. So what I am striving to do with my clients now is to help them understand this relationship between being in a calorie deficit and then reverse dieting into maintenance calories and how that can be beneficial for your overall metabolism long term, right? Because if you approach your weight loss journey and you're just thinking about how can I lose this weight the quickest, the fastest, you're probably not going to be able to keep the result, right? You're probably going to damage your metabolism, and the next time you try to go into a diet, you're going to have to eat less and less, right? So being able to get enough calories is paramount. Again, if you have not seen some of my lives that I've done on the last couple of weeks, go back and watch some of those about metabolic adaptations. So overall calories is extremely important. You don't want to eat too many calories, obviously, because that is where you are going to accumulate fat, but you don't also want to eat too little calories either. So there is a sweet spot that we want to get in terms of caloric deficit. Okay. Number 2, most women that I'm coaching are eating too little protein. Now, this is pretty much across the board. Most women are eating too little protein. So the recommendation for protein depends on your weight, your diet, your ability to actually hit the goal that you're supposed to hit, your training regimen, how heavy you're lifting, your age, these things like that. So if you're getting enough protein, you are allowing your body the opportunity to repair and build muscle. Everybody wants to get tone and actually look like you work out, right? So in order to do that, you got to get enough calories and protein. You need to get enough protein. So when you're eating enough protein and you're lifting progressively heavier and you're getting enough sleep, right? That's another really, really important one. Then you are able to build muscle. So every single cell in our body has protein, y'all. So not only do we need enough protein for our body to do its regular functions, we also need additional protein in order to build our muscle when we are lifting progressively heavier. Now, I do want to say this. Sometimes I see people and they think that if they drink a protein shake, that it's going to create muscle. Just ingesting protein itself does not help you get tone. You can also eat too much protein because it's still going to end up in calories. And if you're overdoing it calorie-wise, even if it's protein, it's still going to be converted into fat. So again, there is a sweet spot. There is a number, a range where you should be, right? So just because you're eating or drinking protein shakes does not mean that you're going to automatically build muscle. You have to be progressively lifting heavier, and you have to be sleeping at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Okay, let me check the chat. Hey, Tina. Renee, what's up? So we should be getting enough calories. We should be getting enough protein, right? So we talked about your particular protein range is going to vary depending on your goals. Getting enough protein allows your body to repair the damage that you're doing. You're doing a little damage. When you go into the gym and you are lifting heavier, you are stripping your muscles, you're creating micro tears. And what happens when, let's say you get a scab, right? Or you cut yourself, your body creates a scab. So I kind of explain it like that, like whenever we're lifting, we're creating micro tears, and then our protein comes and repairs that tear, and that's how over time we build muscle. So this does take time. Okay, it does take time to build muscle, and it takes a level of consistency for you to be lifting at least 3 times, if not 4 times every single week, eating in your calorie range and getting enough protein. Okay, so getting enough protein also helps you to reduce hunger and cravings for sweets. So for my ladies who feel like I'm really hungry at night, I'm always eating sweets, it's just your body's signal to say, hey, I need some more energy, right? So if you're not getting enough protein, you might get hungry. And what is your body going to want the quickest? The quickest way that I can get some calories, the quickest way I can get some energy is through carbohydrates, simple carbohydrates, right? And so that may be why you are craving that particular type of food. Okay, but when we get enough protein, it helps to reduce our hunger, right? It's a natural appetite suppressant, and it can help you reduce those late night snacking or binges or cravings. And then what's happening is you are reducing your hormone ghrelin. So ghrelin is our hunger hormone. So whenever we feel hunger, it's just a signal, right? It's just a hormonal signal. And the hormone that's responsible for that signaling is called ghrelin. So eating protein actually helps to reduce that hormone, ghrelin, so that you don't feel hungry, you feel a little bit more satisfied. And then lastly, for protein, it has a higher thermic effect of food. So let's say that you ate 100 calories worth of protein. You're only actually getting about 70 of those calories, 70 to 80 of those calories inside of your actual body. Why? Because it takes energy or calories to break down protein. Now, that's true of fat, and it's true of carbs as well. It takes energy. They have a thermic effect of food as well, but with protein, it is much higher. So it's about 20 to 30% of the total for protein. So not only does help, like eating enough protein, repair your muscles, help you to get tone and actually look like you work out. Getting enough protein helps you to squash some of your hunger cravings and some of your late night snacking. It's going to affect your hunger hormone ghrelin, and it has a higher thermic effect of food. Okay. Protein is the most important macronutrient. I say this all the time to my clients. I need you to be getting enough protein. Let's see. I'm checking the chat. Okay. Y'all, let me know if y'all have any questions as I'm kind of going through here. So we talked about getting enough calories, talked about getting enough protein. The third one is getting fermented foods. So how intentionally are you adding fermented foods? So things like kimchi, yogurt, sauerkraut, kombucha, miso, tempeh, kefir, apple cider vinegar. When we intentionally add these in, right? And so if you're not having any of those foods, I would just say, okay, when you're doing your planning, which you should be planning your nutrition, add those in once, maybe twice a week, right? No big deal. I don't want you to make this like a big thing you have to go and do a whole bunch of research for. Like, add in some yogurt twice a week. Simple, right? If you like some tempeh, add that once a week. No big deal, right? The reason why this is important, number one, it helps to boost immunity. It can also help improve mood and behavior, y'all. So I would definitely, I'm not going to get into the science of this, but I think that's pretty cool for people who deal with anxiety or depression. It's definitely not like a pill to take. I'm not trying to diagnose anybody or, tell you that this is going to fix all of your mental health problems, but I do think the research is really interesting about how it can improve your mood and behavior. Of course, you could also take a probiotic supplement as well. And then finally, it can help you improve your body composition. Now, this is very interesting. So again, I'm not going to get into the science of it, but you can do a little of your own research on probiotics and improving your body composition. So body composition is just your ratio of lean mass, which is muscle, to your fat mass, right? And so having some fermented foods in your diet is going to help you with your body composition and help you to get that leaner look that you want. And so something like Greek yogurt, for example, there's a certain Greek yogurt that I think I share with almost every one of my clients. It is Dannon Light and Fit. It is the vanilla flavor, so it doesn't have like a lot of like the sugary fruit and stuff in it, but I really like it. It has 14 grams of protein, so it's knocking out the protein box. And then of course it's yogurt, so it has some probiotics as well. And there was a minute there I was eating that every single day, right? It's like one of my favorites. So that's you kill two birds with one stone. Lots of protein, and you get your probiotics as well. So I think that's a really great benefit of fermented foods, is just improving your body composition. Okay. And then finally, for water. So I think we all have heard like, okay, you need to drink more water, but why? water is actually needed for fat loss. Like the chemical breakdown of fat, the lipolysis, when you are breaking down adipose tissue, which is fat, you have to have H2O, right? Which is why it's so important for you to be striving to get half of your body weight in water. Now, if you're close to half of your body weight in water, you're doing good, because I think it's a little bit of a higher recommendation, but that's a good goal. Half of your body weight. So if you weigh 200 pounds, your goal would be 100 ounces in water every day, right? So you getting enough water is going to help to break down fat if you are in a calorie deficit, right? Like this doesn't work if you're not already eating in a calorie deficit. You have to be at that point, right? So it also helps to naturally displace other beverages. I really don't tell my clients like, oh girl, don't eat that, or don't eat that, don't eat that. I don't ever say that. I just say, okay, we're going to prioritize having water. We're going to prioritize getting enough protein. By the time you finish prioritizing all the things that you do need, your fermented foods, your protein, all your sleep, all of that, you don't even have time for no soda, right? You don't even have time for a Big Mac when you're focused on what you do want. And that's what I really want y'all to get out of this too, is like, what are you focusing on? I need you to focus more on solutions than you focus on barriers. I need you to focus more on how you can versus how you can't. Because if you are constantly in your story about why it won't work, it's not going to work, because you're just creating more of that, right? So I need you to focus your energy. How much mental time are you spending on solutions, right? So getting in your water helps to break down fat, literally, okay? Helps to displace other caloric beverages that probably are not going to help your fitness journey. So if you have a client right now, we're working on it, is drinking like maybe 3 or 4 sodas in the morning, if she's able to prioritize, hey, let me get in my water first, right? It's like a mind trick. Let me get in my water first. You'll eventually start drinking less and less and less of the other stuff. And it's not that you can never have it, but I want to make sure I'm prioritizing during this season in my life water for fat loss, right? Obviously, water is going to help your skin. And it also is a natural appetite suppressant. So for my ladies who are truly overeaters, water is a natural appetite suppressant. It is sometimes when we feel like we're so hungry, we're really just thirsty. So one of the things that helps me is my Yeti cup, y'all. Like, I think I got this at like a Christmas party one time. It was like in a white elephant, and I didn't know what Yeti was. I had no idea. And I was like, a cup? I was like, okay. But I love my Yeti cup. Do you know why? It helps me drink more water, not only because it's just here invisible, but because it keeps my water really cold. I love cold water. I could probably overdo it. I love cold water. If I had to drink lukewarm water, I probably wouldn't be very hydrated, because I don't like lukewarm water. So whatever works for you. I know some people are like, oh, cold water isn't good for you, whatever. Listen, I'm drinking cold water because that's what I'm going to drink. If I have to force myself to drink warm water, it's not going to happen. Okay. Hey, Rebecca. All right, y'all, let me know if this is making sense. So we talked about why it's important to get overall calories. Again, watch my previous videos for more talk about metabolic adaptations and diet phases. Getting enough protein, right? Most important macronutrient. Most of my ladies come in not eating enough protein by far. Fermented foods, adding that can help boost your immunity, improve your mood, improve your body composition. And then prioritizing and focusing on water, right? So if you were to just, I'm going to say just focus on these things, that's enough, right? That's enough. Like making sure you get enough calories, like in the right calorie range every single day, and getting enough protein every single day, and adding your fermented food and water, that's enough to focus on, right? That's definitely enough to focus on. And I think that consuming yourself with, again, what you want and the things that are going to serve your goals versus diet culture that teaches you to eat less and less, move more and more, and race to the bottom, right? Like diet culture is this continuous race to the bottom. How little can I eat? How fast can I go? When actually you focusing on getting stronger in certain seasons, you focus on eating more, you focusing on sleeping more, drinking more, getting in more rest is actually going to be more beneficial than you working out 7 days a week and eating less and less and less, right? So sustainable weight loss means that sometimes you're eating at maintenance, that you need a diet break, that you don't need to be in a deficit for months and months and years because your metabolism is going to suffer because of that, right? And so if this is something that you want to learn, these concepts are what I'm going to be teaching inside of the Fit Figure Formula. And so as you know, I've been teaching one-on-one mindset nutrition, and that program is essentially going to be what is in my group program, but with some curriculum tweaks, right? So in the group program, we will be meeting twice a week. Now, every single meeting is not required for you to get the result, right? You're still going to get some one-on-one attention. So it's kind of a hybrid. It's a mixture because you are going to get customized macros. You're going to get customized coaching. So even though we're all on a group program or in our group Zoom, me and you are going to be coaching, right? And I'm going to be helping you with your specific mindset blocks and coaching you on your specific macros. I've been in coaching programs before for like business and stuff where like I don't even get to talk to the lady. And I'm like, that kind of sucks. But I will definitely be talking with you. And so I'm trying not to lose that intimate setting with my one-on-ones because I really enjoy like getting into the weeds of all of it. I really like that. So I want to make sure that I keep it as intimate as possible. But for my ladies who are like, hey, I can't meet that often, it's totally fine. You'll still be able to get the result that you want. And one of the first things that we're going to be talking about is intention and coming in, getting what you like, deciding that I'm going to come into this program and get what I came to get. I know for me, I entered a business coaching program like maybe in May of this year. And I was a little bit hesitant to get started, but I took my notebook and I wrote down my intentions. I was like, no, I will get what I came for out of this program. I get to decide that, right? I'm not coming in looking for somebody to magically fix me. Like, no, I'm coming in prepared and ready to do the work. And that is what we're going to be talking about. First call, like owning your own power. I'm so big on that. And I want you to be too. I'm going to teach you over time how to make powerful decisions, how to self-coach and what that actually means, and how not to shame yourself when you're still dealing with mindset stuff, because the goal is not to eradicate all of your character flaws or all anxiety. Like, that's not even the goal. It's like, how can I help you manage life when it happens? Because it's going to happen. And I think sometimes clients are like, oh, well, this isn't a good time. It's like, it's never a good time. I would rather help and support you through a rough time, through Christmas break. I would rather help you through that than for you to just be on your own and not have anybody holding you accountable, reminding you of your goals, helping you think yourself into results. There's never going to be a perfect time. So the perfect time is always now. And the perfect time isn't when nothing's going on in your life. I want support when I need help, which is in the hardest times of my life, right? So anyway, I could go on and on about that. I'm super excited. I hope that this has been helpful and makes sense. Tina did a water challenge with family members, which got me drinking more water. Even after the challenge was completed, it was a great way to start and help others keep you on track. Yes, I love that. So we might do that too here in the group. I know on some months we'll do like our affirmation challenge, which is coming up again this month. Sometimes we did the step challenge. Water challenge is a good one too. So thanks, Tina. I think I actually might add that in. Y'all let me know if you have any questions. I really just wanted to talk more about adding foods, add talk versus subtract talk. You don't have to just keep eating less and less and less and less. And this is just something that I've been finding has been really helpful for my clients in repairing their metabolism. I think we talked on the diet phases with Coach Kayla. The shortcut is the long way, because you could do keto again. Yeah, you could eat 3 ounces of chicken and 2 ounces of broccoli again for 3 times a day and lose weight really quickly. But I promise you, you'll be right back to the beginning again once you can't keep that up. So let me check the chat. All right, y'all. I hope this was helpful. I want you to message me or click the link. I think it's in here. If you are wanting to join us in the 5 Figure Formula for January, I'll only be launching this group program 3 times next year. So, because it's a 4-month program. So that means that if you miss this time, right? Because I'm only opening up for January, and that's my plan. I think it doesn't open up again until obviously for 4 months, and you only have 3 chances. So get in now. I'm super excited to see your application come through. If you have any questions about anything in terms of the process, let me know. But I hope this was helpful, and I will talk to y'all later soon.